Welcome to the short board on Parshas Seitzei, dedicated to Liluy, Nishmas Avi, Naftali ben Yitzchak Isaac. The beginning of the Parsha, Perek Chaf Aleph, Sukkim Yud through Yudalad, chapter 21, verses 10 to 14. They talk about when there's a battle going on and there's a woman who's taken in captivity and could potentially become a spouse for the soldier. The question is, how is it that in the course of an optional battle, a Milchemas Rishus, a tzaddik soldier, because that's who went out, would be allowed to take a Yefas To'ar, a woman of beautiful form? This something seems like antithetical to the Jewish approach, the Jewish morality. So to understand the answer to this, we have to, and explain the situation, we have to preface it, that when Adam HaRishon, Adam sinned, the result was that some of the holy Neshamos, some of the pure Neshamos, were taken by the Sitra Achra, the other side, the impure side. And a lot of these souls, they only came back much later in the form of Gerim, that they converted. They were Gentiles and they became Jewish. And a lot of times they become some of the greatest tzaddikim. Well known amongst these are Ruth HaMoaviyah, Ruth the Moabite, Shmaya Avtalyon, the leaders, and as well as Unclis Hager, who is the convert. Just one example of the way that we should also know is that the way that souls work is sometimes one becomes the tamei and the tahar becomes attached, and neither is able to win. But over time, something can happen that creates a connection, and then eventually there's a transition point. One example is this, that Reb Chanina ben Trajon was his soul was connected to the soul of the evil Hamor ben Shechem. And the battle between Tum and Tara wasn't able to be resolved, but as a result of these connections, Hamor had a desire to be connected to Dinah, who was a holy person, and from their relationship, eventually a descendant came out because that connection helped the Tahara overpower the Tumah, and eventually Hananiah ben Trajan came back probably close to 2,000 years ago later. Another thing to know is that when someone does a mitzvah, then it creates a light, a shining of the shechina, of Hashem's divine presence, and that provides a certain protection. Shomer mitzvah lo yeda ra, and shluchei mitzvah at the time of their doing their service, afilu mi Yetzirah mitzvasam atzilasam. They don't even have a Yetzirah. My question is, how did that work out to the Meraglim? I don't have an answer at this point. Anyhow, now we should read the Pesukim. It says, Kitzetzei la milchama. This Yitzia that they went out, which was for Devarim mitzvah, for a holy purpose. Then, Imra b'shivya, he saw this woman amongst the captives. And so, because, as the Rambam says, in that time, also Shah, Odena Asuk b'mitzvah, he was still involved with the mitzvah, so he had that positive power of the shechina. Then, if he'll see Eishes Yefas To'ar, he'll see this woman of beautiful form. And one of the explanations, the Gemara Kedushin, means Eishes Ish, she's actually a married woman. But we want to explain that that can't be the only meaning of the pasuk, because if it only meant a married woman, why is it called Eishes Yefas To'ar? It should just say Eishes Ish. The language of Eishes Yefas To'ar teaches us that because he is involved with the mitzvah of this battle, Hashem revealed to him that in this gentile woman there was Yefas To'ar, there was a holy neshama. That was the that's what the beauty was talking about. So the Yefas To'ar is the light from the holy soul in her. And the proof of this is that what he wanted is that he wanted her only at the time that the shechina was there, because at the shechina you can only have the good things, not bad things. It wasn't just, he was attracted out of lust, but which would happen at a different moment. But during this battle of Kedusha with the shechina there, that shows that his purpose was to get this the holiness out of this woman and make her Jewish. And further proof of this is because it says v'chashakta ba. that and he desired her. It doesn't say osa, female, but it says chashakta ba as a more gender neutral. So because it's what he wanted inside her, not her femininity, but this holy soul that he could reclaim. So from this we see that besides the pashut explanation of what happened in the battle and it's connected to Yitzhak in general, that by allowing him to do it becomes less of a stolen water sweeter. So that kind of takes away some of the desire for the woman, as well as the general explanation that we're talking about going to battle against the Yitzhak. We had the fact that there was a reality that there was a certain power given at that time because doing a mitzvah brought about the shechina to find other souls and bring them back to Judaism. And that's why we have the gerim that are so holy often joining us. Thank you for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.